Welcome everyone to this explainer. Today we're diving straight into the architecture of modern enterprise AI, and we're going to uncover exactly how Agentforce connects to live data to power intelligent, reliable agents. Look, if you're evaluating AI for your business right now, getting this data layer right is absolutely crucial. So let's break down the mechanics.
Okay, I want you to picture this. Imagine two different companies, and they're both deploying the exact same AI agent, built on the exact same underlying language model. But here's the catch. The first company's agent hallucinates order statuses completely out of thin air, while the second company's agent nails the right answer perfectly every single time. So how's that even possible?
The real culprit? Well, it's actually not the AI model itself. It all comes down to where that agent is getting its information. An agent that's forced to rely on stale data is always going to get it wrong. But an agent with access to live data, that one gets it right. It's a massive, fundamental difference in how the whole thing is architected.
So what this really boils down to is that grounding your AI with accurate information is the true differentiator in enterprise tech today. Seriously, you could have the most advanced language model in the entire world, but if it isn't grounded in your specific, real-time business reality, it's just going to fail your customers.
Section 1. The old way, and specifically, why fine-tuning fails.
You see, baking your company data directly into an AI model, especially a constantly changing CRM, well, that introduces three fatal flaws. First up, frozen facts. Literally, the second the training ends, that information is stale. If a customer changed their address yesterday, a fine-tuned model has absolutely no idea. Second, you are looking at massive retraining costs. You simply can't afford to retrain an entire model every single time a record updates. And third, it is a total security nightmare. Your highly sensitive customer data gets permanently locked inside that model. For any kind of live environment, fine-tuning is practically dead on arrival.
Moving right along to Section 2, the data fragmentation wall.
Let's be real for a second. This is the reality for almost every business today. Your data does not live in one neat, tidy little box. It's scattered across a chaotic map of totally separate islands. You might have customer purchase history sitting way over in Snowflake. Telemetry data might be living in Databricks. Your support cases are in your Salesforce CRM, marketing is in Marketing Cloud, financials are in the ERP. It is a completely fragmented landscape.
Now, the traditional band-aid for this scattered map was using ETL pipelines to just copy everything into one giant warehouse. But relying on copies creates this domino effect of failures. The copies drift out of sync almost immediately. Those complex pipelines inevitably flicker and break, and you know it's always at like 2 a.m. on a Sunday, right? Plus, your storage costs balloon because you're constantly duplicating data, and every single copy just multiplies your security risks. If your AI grounds itself on a stale, broken copy, we're right back to giving the customer the wrong answer.
Which brings us to Section 3, the modern answer. Enter Data Cloud and zero copy.
The first crucial piece of this modern answer is grounding. Specifically, a process known as Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. This basically flips the old fine-tuning model completely on its head. Instead of forcing the poor AI to memorize a million facts during a wildly expensive training phase, the language model itself stays generic. Then, at the exact moment a user asks a question, the system retrieves only the fresh, relevant facts from your database and hands them over to the AI as context. So the AI is reasoning over live facts, not trying to remember memorized ones.
But here's the thing, grounding only works if you can actually reach your data. And this is where the absolute magic of zero-copy architecture comes in. Data Cloud doesn't duplicate the data. It doesn't force you to maintain those brittle pipelines we just talked about. Instead, it acts as a live window. It connects directly to external platforms like Snowflake or BigQuery, and it queries the data exactly where it already rests. No photocopies, no sync lag, just a live, direct view of the truth.
And once Data Cloud has that live window into all those different systems, it does something truly remarkable. It's called identity resolution. It brings together all those scattered fragments of data from those separate islands and realizes, oh hey, the John Smith in the CRM is actually the exact same person as Jay Smith in the e-commerce database, who is also this anonymous web visitor. It stitches them all together into one unified customer profile. One complete, golden picture of the customer that is perfectly prepped and ready for the AI to use.
Section 4. Agentforce in action.
Okay, let's actually walk through how this whole pipeline works step by step. First things first, a customer types into a chat, maybe asking about a recent order and a potential plan upgrade. Step 2, the Agentforce agent receives this, and the Atlas reasoning engine kicks into gear, basically asking itself, okay, what do I actually need to know to answer this? Step 3, retrieval beam shoots straight into Data Cloud. It instantly pulls that unified customer profile and accesses the live order data, which might be sitting over in Snowflake, using that zero-copy window. Step 4, and this is absolutely vital for security, all of this retrieved data passes safely through the Einstein Trust Layer. This masks any sensitive fields and properly grounds the prompt. And finally, step 5, the agent replies flawlessly. Current, accurate, highly personalized information. And it does the whole shebang without the underlying AI model ever having memorized a single piece of that customer's actual record.
And now for Section 5, the final verdict. Fine-tuning versus zero-copy grounding.
When we put these head-to-head, honestly, it's not even close. Think about it. For data freshness, fine-tuning leaves you frozen in time, whereas zero-copy grounding is completely live. When it comes to cost, fine-tuning requires you to constantly pay to retrain the model. Zero-copy costs nothing to update because, well, the data's already live. On security, fine-tuning irresponsibly locks your data deep inside the model, while zero-copy keeps your data safely governed right where it is. And for personalization, fine-tuning just gives you a generic average, but zero-copy delivers true, one-to-one personalization on every single query.
You see the companies out there really winning with Agentforce? They aren't the ones spending months trying to craft the fanciest prompts. No, they're the ones whose agents can actually see the truth, because they're built on unified, zero-copy data. Because at the end of the day, your AI agents are only ever as good as the data beneath them.
So I want to leave you with this thought to ponder as you evaluate your own AI architecture. Look really closely at your data layer before you deploy anything. Are you setting your agents up to see the real-time truth, or are they walking in blindfolded by stale copies of the past? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope it really helped illuminate exactly how modern AI connects to live data.